We should move forward. We should also have the joint system of guaranteeing the deposits so that you could have the security that the banks will not fall. And also the banking union and capital markets union. I think that would also enforce the single market and European Union as such.
So Kaja Kallas mentioned there the European deposit security scheme, and it was very interesting to get a comment from her because it was a bit like a blast from the past. That policy had not been mentioned in the EU for a while now, and in essence the idea behind this is just to protect deposits across the EU in a united manner. But of course that subject has been very controversial, with some capitals worried that their taxpayers would actually be involved in rescuing banks in other members of the EU. So from today's conversation, guys, what we're expecting is more commitments to complete the banking union, but appetite to go as far as a European-wide deposit guarantee scheme is very limited at this stage.
Silvia, are we ever going to get a decision on any of these things with a real outcome? I don't want to be cynical about this, but there's a carousel of issues that are facing these leaders at the moment. And it's like when you put your child on one of these carousels and every now and again it comes round again and you wave and then it's gone and it comes round again and you wave. And it feels a bit like that on all of these issues, because last time we had you there, I think you were talking about IRA and what the response was going to be to the Inflation Reduction Act. And then before that, we were talking about the budget rules and what the budget rules are going to look like and so on and so forth. And it feels like a million years ago that we were talking about the need to secure banking union, and everybody thought that was the most important thing. And here we are again. We've gone all the way around the carousel and we're back to banking union. But are they ever going to make a decision and lay down some firm rules?
Exactly, and that's why I mentioned that this comment was a bit like a blast from the past, because it is essentially being resurrected now. And we know very well, Jeff, that often the European Union only takes these massive decisions when there is a moment of crisis, when they have to come together, and really it's at the last minute that they come to an agreement. And indeed, when it comes to the banking union, a lot of the leaders have felt that for the time being there's no need to complete that. Of course, some capitals have been of the opinion that they need to press ahead with that, but others were saying, why bother with that at this stage when there's no crisis? But perhaps what we saw in recent weeks is actually drawing more attention to that, and to the fact that the European Union in that sense is still quite vulnerable to these shocks. We have a fiscal, we don't have a fiscal union, we have a monetary union, and how are these dynamics going to play out in the future? But this is why European policy making can also be very interesting, because there's always these subjects re-emerging here and there, and indeed let's see when it comes to this banking union folder whether there will be progress as a result of this banking turmoil that we saw in recent weeks.